To be or not to be? Not to be.
Alright, hello, welcome back. My name is Goonsack Steve, and once again, Prime 1 is in a bit of a shitstorm right now when it comes to the statue community. First it was their, what was it, $12,000, $13,000 Final Fantasy statue. Now it's a $5,600 Predator statue, which unfortunately for me is in my line of statues I collect. So where to begin on this? I've had to kind of leave this a few days to, one, calm down, and two, kind of gather my thoughts on this. Unfortunately, when I originally saw this on the Next Level Showcase last week, I was super optimistic. I was super excited for the statue. I think it looks bloody awesome. Like, easily the best Predator 2 statue we've ever gotten. Mass produced at least. And one of the coolest Predator sculpts in this one right here, the half roaring. It's quite movie accurate. I'll get to that a little later. Like, amazing looking statue in my opinion. And unfortunately, at least the opening of this video is going to be talking a fuck ton of shit about it. Not because it's got a fault of its own. Like, yes, there are a tiny few things I would like changed, but it's mainly the greed of Prime 1. So, obviously, to address the elephant in the room, we're talking about this right here, $5,599 US. So, the Prime 1 Jungle Hunter, which came out, or not came out, but pre-ordered, went up 10 months ago. Nearly half the price for the top of the line version of this statue you could get. Yes, this comes with a bit more if you include the skulls and like a few of his weapons. However, in my opinion, he's a way less sought after Predator. The base is majorly lacking in terms of any sort of wow factor. Like, if I had really a creative decision on the statue, I reckon the King Willy alleyway would have been perfect. Just some concrete, a little puddle, maybe like a little bin or like some shit like that, who knows. However, I don't even know where they got this price from. Like, look at it this way. So they're charging, because I will be fair, they've got two other editions here. They've got a standard, which retails for about, I think it's $2,800 US. Then you've got the deluxe bonus version, which is $3,500 US dollars, I'm speaking. They're slightly overpriced. Not huge deal breakers, but slightly overpriced. This is $2,100 more than the standard version. Oh, not standard version, the deluxe version. So they are telling us that these 5 skulls, despite how big they are, because they are pretty chunky, they're chunky boys, are worth $2,100 US. To put that in perspective, that is nearly the price of the ultimate version of the Doomslayer 1/3 statue. Bloody crazy. It's more than the Big Chap, which is now one of the most sought after statues on the market. It's more than the Alien Warrior that they've got up currently for pre-order. For 5 almost like afterthought add-on pieces for a statue, they want that amount of money. Yes, they are cool. Yes, they are large. Not $2,100 cool. Not $2,100 large either. So, I don't really know what they were thinking. I would say $1,000 tops would be what these things should be worth. So if I had to price range it, I would have gone Standard, $2,500. Deluxe, $3,000. Just match the Jungle Hunter. And if you want your stupid ultimate edition, go $4,000 if you really wanted to feel a little cheeky and want a bit more money. $2,100. Come on. So, what I would have done to warrant this price, because unfortunately what I'm about to discuss does not come with a statue, and it's a major fucking miss in Prime 1's part. One, I would have definitely included the closed mouth portrait, which, as we will discuss in a little bit more depth in this video, comes as a separate bust, similar to the Prime 1 fiasco we had a few months ago. Probably $1,000, probably even more, knowing how much this has jumped up. Awesome looking piece though. So that should have been included for $5,600. And then two, a King Willy head. Come on, Prime 1. It's the one fucking thing that isn't on like any Predator 2 statue that every bloody person and their dog and cat wants. A King Willy head. Similar to the Assassin Predator with his fugitive spine ripped out. That little accessory is almost worth having the little dog as a side chick almost. Like, that nearly makes it worth it, because it looks fucking awesome. If you added a King Willy head and included the closed mouth portrait, I could probably turn another eye and be like, oh yeah, like, there's enough positive to warrant spending that sort of money. This just isn't enough, and hopefully people either forward my idea to them, like include a King Willy head, include the closed mouth portrait. Awesome, we'll happily pay $5,600, maybe not happily, but begrudgingly pay $5,600. But yeah, unfortunately, I doubt they'll add anything else, which is really fucking frustrating. So, without further ado, let's actually have a look at this statue. We've been waiting long enough. I've been kind of shit talking for like probably a good 10 minutes here. So obviously, price point aside, awesome looking statue. I don't know if I'll get the ultimate. I can't even believe that's a question. Just the bloody diehard fanboy in me is like, oh, get it, MSN, get it. Like, that's the diehard fanboy in me, like just telling me to ignore the fucking price and get it. Oh, you got 2 years to pay for it, just go for it, bro. That's pretty much the diehard fanboy in me, but the logical side of me is like, fucking idiot, what are you doing? Like, no. But who knows? I don't, like, the fact that it's even a question fucking annoys me, but I might get it, I might not. Bare minimum, I'll get the deluxe version, because like it's a fucking awesome statue, but whether the ultimate happens, God knows. So we'll start. I'll look through the ultimate deluxe pictures because it has everything. So obviously, we got some nice pictures of him up against the clock tower, and here's these. I don't know if they're Prime 1 exclusive order parts or if they're just bonus parts to the DX. But so you got a few of his accessories here, his neck gun and his rebreather mask, which is obviously after he gets shot by Danny Glover in the movie. You've got another like Kevin Peter Hall-esque accurate hand, and you got a spear gun projectile. I'm not sure if this is going to be scaled with the piece. I think it'd be a lot cooler if it was a life-size little thing you could display, because a life-size thing would only be about that big anyway. So it'd be cool to have a little display, and then we've got a little view of his closed mouth portrait, which is a little bit misleading, including this in your main figure sale. But it is what it is. So we got a cool little foggy picture of all the skulls next to him. So the skulls are quite huge, because like he's up before the spear. I know the spear is about 105 centimeters. He's probably sitting about the same size as Jungle Hunter, so 95 centimeters. These things are like at least the large dinosaur looking mofo. Like he's probably a good 50 centimeters tall. So here's obviously a shot with the skulls placed in their positions, similar in the movie. This also would have been easily worth $5,600 if they included like a back wall to display them on. I know, I think it's the one of the half scale or 1/3 Batmans they're doing has a little like weapons wall, which like it would have been fucking awesome if they included that in $5,600. Like that point, you could maybe like go, oh yeah, like pretty big chunky wall might be worth it. So obviously we'll just kind of flick through the different skulls here, and now I've got a picture with this head sculpt looks very similar to what's included in their quarter scale piece or the wall mount piece, whichever one you want to call it, and very similar to the cool props bust as well. Probably my least favorite of the heads, just because it's kind of overdone, that specific look of City Hunter. I seem to be one of the only people that likes the, I guess, amputated hand, which is weird. I don't know why everyone hates it so much. That head sculpt there, probably arguably, in my opinion, one of the coolest, most evil looking Predator head sculpts like ever done. Awesome work, Prime 1. Nailed it. I'm pretty sure there's a picture coming up which will show you the exact scene it's from. I knew instantly upon seeing it, because it's like, to me, that's always been the open mouth City Hunter look. It's always been this super evil looking thing. But it's when he's in the meat locker. They've got him in the King Willie alleyway there, for some weird reason. But here you've got the Ram Fire. Bit of a weird choice of a exclusive head. Would have been cool to maybe have, like, I don't even know what you'd do, in all honesty. Maybe, is it, I think it's Borg? I think that's another one of the Lost Tribes helmets. Borg. I've also got Scout in my head for some reason. Got another one of him in front of the clock tower. Oh yeah, okay, so here's some in the meat locker. And then here's kind of an overview. One thing we didn't see in these pictures we just looked at was his little trophy on his back, which I'm hoping we'll get to in a moment, because we got a shit ton of the pictures to go through. I'll kind of try speed them up. There's some of his LED effects, all of his swap out accessories. So you got his disc, wrist blades, trophy, extendable spear. Got different plaques, his wrist launcher, his skulls, 4 different heads. I think unlike the Jungle Hunter, unless they've since changed this up in the Jungle Hunter, I think the masked heads share the same head, and you just kind of swap the masks, I think, is what that looks like. So here's the closed mouth head, which is probably my second favorite of the heads. Looks bloody awesome. Again, that is straight from the scene when he's in the grandma or old lady's bathroom, basically cauterizing his amputated hand. Super spot on with the accuracy from Prime 1 with this statue. I will say the pose could be slightly improved. Like, I don't hate it like most people seem to be saying it's like absolute deal breaker for them, but yeah, like that is awesome. Like, that's probably how I'll display him. Either that with like the spear, or that and maybe amputated arm, I'm not sure, but like that head sculpt is wicked. Like, there you got Ram. The silver looks a bit out of place. I'm pretty sure Ram in the movies has like a whitish or a grey skin tone with like grey City Hunter armor. So if you were to do a repaint, it might look quite cool. There's obviously his amputated arm. I think it looks a bit weird facing down like that. I'd probably have it flipped over so his hand's more like up like that, but either way, it looks pretty cool. There's another shot of the skulls. There's the 105 centimeters, so it's just big, or just shallow enough to where I can fit it in my Moji case. Item profile. There's his skull. Got some Predator cheeks there. I actually think he looks the best probably from a side angle, to be honest, because it's not as much of an awkward pose from the side that it is on the front. So there's some more shots of the heads. City Hunter biomask looks awesome as always. Again, absolute awesome sculpt. Ram biomask. And then you got like, I don't believe the wall mount or the quarter scale piece had this little bone bandolier you had hanging off there, because like he's missing almost all of these sorts of things. Another thing that Prime 1 nailed as well is the netting. It's actually grey, which almost everything misses. The City Hunter had like a grey netting, not black like almost all statues have. Actually, I do think the Infinity Studios got that right, but I'm not entirely sure. So we got some more. There's his little net gun. And again, back in the penthouse. So that's a cool shot. Just him on the roof. Net gun again. And there's basically where you're going to be putting the net gun, on the bottom of like his shin armor. Showing some of the switch outs. Hands. Again, basically that and like the roaring head are like the go-to sculpts in my opinion. Yeah, again, fucking awesome. Yeah, literally just back to back. Yeah, that's great. To be honest, I probably prefer, outside of, so closed. Yeah, they're about the same. I probably prefer the same amount of heads on both the Jungle Hunter and this one, in all honesty. So there's the little spear head arrow thing or whatever. I can't even remember what they bloody call the thing. But hopefully that's, I think it's just like a spear tip. Hopefully that's life size, because that'd be quite cool. More shots of different things. Meat locker again. The ship. There's the 4 heads it comes with there. Probably how I'll display them, in all honesty. I'm sure I've said that plenty of times. Cut off hand. Side angles with the little skulls down the bottom. Closed spear. I think the closed spear looks wicked, in all honesty, surprisingly. Cut off hand. I'm pretty sure that's glow in the dark, in all honesty. Got some stuff his head's on that way. Oh, there's just a little stand that he's on. Stands look cool. Ram bio again. Almost certain I saw somewhere that was glow in the dark, that cut off arm. Oh, yep, there we go. Literally speak the devil. But yeah, that's cool. Glow in the dark blood. Where are we? Yeah, that's easily the best sculpt in the entirety of the lineup. Like, anyone that wants to argue otherwise, hit me up, baby boy, because you're wrong. Wish I had like a side-by-side image of the shot in the movie where that's from, because I've always thought that's what he should look like when he's roaring. Like a side profile view of that sculpt. More shots. His pose isn't awful. Like, it definitely could be improved, but like, it's not a break, like a make or break thing for me, like it is some guys. Some people purely aren't buying this because they think the pose or his leg isn't like 5 centimeters to the left or right. Like, come on, guys, fucking Christ! Like, if that's literally the only reason you're not buying it, you got a bit of a cookery in your brain, I think. That does need to be changed though. Like, those are way too like ionized and green. Like, should be way more brown. Like, it's glaringly obvious. Like, the rest of the armor has a good tint of it, and those are just like green. Outside of that, Oh yeah, like look at the difference. You got like a nice brown versus like green. That's probably my only gripe, is those shins. I think need to be improved. These blades are done nice. Obviously, again, you can take the disc out. Got some more shots of him amongst the city. Got the base and again the skulls. I think the Predator 2 plaque in the silver looks a lot better, weirdly. More fancy. That actually, while we're here, this is another big gripe I've got. These two little flaps on the skirt, way too small. Like those should be at least double the size of what they are here. Yeah, again, like that's the appropriate amount on there. Like it's not super obvious, but it's there. Cool to see all the LED functions on the statue. Unlike the quarter scale, they actually have the right tri-lasers, because the quarter scale like cooked those, in all honesty. Plaque. And then you got some photos of the skulls. And I think if we're right, I think we might now just be on skulls. Oh, actually, I didn't notice that. So, I don't know if it's like that in the movie, but cool that the aliens' teeth are chrome. They look quite good, actually. Interesting. Always wanted to see what the hell that big skull's from. Oh yeah, all of these skulls are cool. $2,100. Like, again, $1,000 maybe, not twice that. Right, but nevertheless, that seems to be all the photos. Let us know what you guys think. Let us also know what you think they might do next in the Predator line at 1/3. I'm hoping Dutch. I desperately want a fucking Dutch. And then obviously, like, will they do AVP Preds? Will they do Wolf? Will they do Berserker? Even a, like, Predator 2 Elder would be fucking phenomenal. It hopefully should be miles cheaper, since the Predator 2 Elder should come with almost nothing, like literally just a knife and maybe like, oh, if they wanted to actually do it, you could probably do some like switch out arms, one holding his necklace, the other one's by his side with a knife. Like there is some options you can do if you wanted to make it expensive, but you know, I'm sure Prime One will find a way to leech our money regardless. But yeah, let us know all of that stuff. Until next time, unless Prime One pull any other fucking shenanigans, like charge $2,000 for the fucking Predator 2 bust. I'm sure next time I'll see you will be with a review of one of the statues I currently have in the collection, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, as always guys, thank you for watching. Adios.